Filipino-American filmmaker Ramona Diaz thrives on portraying the life of real people in her character-driven documentaries, which include the story of Journey frontman of Mel Pineda. Hillary Isaac recently sat down with Diaz as she reveals how it is to be an independent filmmaker and how to deal with setbacks along the way.
First of all, you've got tongues wagging about your stellar work in the industry of documentary filmmaking. Why documentary films? What drew you to that genre?
I think it's exciting. I think because you're actually filming life as it unfolds.
Yeah.
So you never really know what you're going to get.
Mm-hmm. But apart from the obvious main challenge, what are the other trials or hurdles you've had to overcome?
Well, for documentary film, always it's funding, right? Because
okay.
I mean, even in the US, mm-hmm. I mean, I've been lucky to get funding for my films, but it's always a challenge because they always ask for a script. But when you ask me like the other challenge, it's really documentary. So there's funding and access. Access is key, big journey. Mm-hmm. They thought they knew what I wanted, but they didn't really know what I wanted, because it's in your face camera every day on tour. And the touring itself presents a lot of problems, So even if they gave me permission, I don't think they really knew what they were giving me. So it was a process of, really, we want to be on the buses. No, really, we want to be in the dressing rooms.
In your face.
Yeah, in your face.
Yeah, 24/7.
Yeah. It was like catching, lightning in a bottle with Arnel.
Wow.
The story was happening. Come on. I mean, he was about to give up.
Sure.
In the Philippines. Someone sees him on YouTube, happens to be the leader of Journey. He goes out to San Francisco and then gets a gig. When we caught him, it was his first tour. So he was everything. He was like a kid in a candy store.
Bright-eyed.
You'll never catch that again. I mean, he's now different, as he should be. It's been 5 years with the band. He's a rock star, as he should be, But then he was just becoming a rock star, and that changed.
You caught that moment in his life.
Yeah.
Wow. So, okay, let's do a bit of a throwback. Now, before you jumped into independent filmmaking, what sort of work experience did you have?
Before that, I was working really for PBS. I did a lot of associate producing and producing for PBS in documentaries. I actually returned to the Philippines right after I worked in Los Angeles. I returned to the Philippines and did a series here with Monique Villonco, where this show was ahead of its time. We actually traveled the world interviewing overseas Filipino workers.
Okay.
Streeters Rising was my thesis film, so that was like me trying to define my voice.
Yeah. Find yourself in a sense?
Yeah, or define my cinematic voice. What's different about them is, like Imelda is a woman of power, The learning in a way was the opposite of Imelda.
Yeah.
They were disempowered women who took upon it to, they were cornered by their circumstance.
Sure.
But they didn't stay cornered. They decided to move and change their lives.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So they're very different, opposite sides of the same coin, actually.
For example, you've got other films like Spirits Rising, The Learning, films like that where it's ordinary people and you want to tell their stories. How do you sort of maneuver that?
In a way, it's harder because they feel they have to say yes to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally.
But it's the same. They say yes to you, but they have no idea what
they're signing up for.
Yeah. But I feel like because they're regular people, I need to explain to them more. It's delicate because I feel they don't owe me anything, right? I think it's still, they're accommodating me.
Right.
And in the case of Journey, it was a back and forth with management because they're a big band. So it's management back and forth. What was delicate with Journey was the story I wanted to pursue was Arnel and not Journey. Because they're a very famous band. They have a storied past. They've been around for 30 years. That's not the story I wanted to tell. I wanted to tell a story about Arnel.
Speaking of stories and real life stories, so what is your impetus when it comes to picking out what life stories to sort of take on as a project and share to the world?
I think a character.
Okay.
The characters really have to emerge. They have to be sparkling. They have to be documentary gold. Again, with all my teachers, I really had to, you cast in a way.
Yeah.
just like other films, because the camera has to love them. Even mean to say that they should be beautiful. They're not.
They just have to.
They have something. There's inner light, and they have to be great storytellers.
Do you find yourself, in a personal level, sometimes moved too much that you feel like, I can't continue, this is too heavy, or it's too much? Have you found yourself in that situation?
Yeah, all the time, because you get very involved with them.
Yeah.
You know, but there's always a line that you don't cross.
I'd like to talk about the fundraising event that you had.
Yeah.
You'll be screening Don't Stop Believing, Every Man's Journey.
Yes, it is on July 24th.
24, that's right.
At the Rockwell.
Rockwell. You've been away too long.
Yeah, there are 2 screenings, 6 and 8:30.
Great. So what's next for Ramona Diaz?
Well, immediately, on Sunday, as a matter of fact, I'm doing a short film about the Fabella Memorial Hospital. It's an immersive look at the public maternity hospital in this emerging economy. I think it's a very interesting story.